my god, wait. I completely forgot.
I hate that angle. That shit is so ugly. And then I gotta add. Nice. Fuck that. Shouldn't even start yet.
Jake's going for intro. Jake's kills intro. Kibo, who's Trollface?
That's Fuse.
Oh. Kibo dying.
Where's Luigi at?
Intro, going for 07. 07 dies the intro. Slash prediction. Start prediction. Sharks, Hawks. Start prediction. Got it. Oh, wait. Dismiss this message. Slash prediction. Delete. Delete. Wait, I'm trying to start stuff up. I'm sorry. Game 2 Sharks or Hawks. Alright, there we go. Kibo dies to Killer. Denji versus Killer for 1v1. Killer wins the third round. Denji going for Bara. Fails to hold though. Overholds. Bara versus Evan. Bara chains it to Bob. Tries to chain it to Bob, but Bob dies. Kibo versus Jakes. Jordan grabbing it. Kills his own teammate. Jakes kills Jordan. I'm trying to do like 7 things at once, bro. I'm sorry. Bara versus Nick. Bara kills the intro. Five 0. Yeah. Intro's right here.
You don't have to. You have to change it to 6 and then.
Thank you for the follow. Danik Joshua. What's up? Jake's going for Evan. Jakes grabs a 4. Evan gets reached by Jakes. Here, I'll turn on the KOs. I'm good. Jordan gets lost in the middle. Bara going for intro. Intro grabs on Bara. Bara ankles intro. I'm good. 6-0 Sharks. dies. Kibo going for Bob. Killer interfering, kills Bob though. Killer versus Kibo now. Kibo holding. Kills Killer. Jake's going for intro again. Looks like Jake has timing, but he can't track. Intro going for fuse. Kibo interferes a little though. Kibo dies. Evan versus Fuse. Fuse holding. Fuse dies. Hawks get their first point. Comeback season for Hawks.
No 7-0, no sweep.
No sweep. Evan dies to Vera. Denji versus Jakes. Denji has... What the fuck? Jakes now going for Kibo. Bob interferes and grabs it. Vera chaining it. Bob dies though from the reverse chain.
What if John Morant was in this contest?
Jakes versus Jordan now. Jakes dies. Vera kills the intro. Jordan and Kibo in a 2v2. Then, or 3v2. Vera holding on Jordan. Can he give it back? He does. Jordan dies. Kibo in a 1v3 now. Kibo holding. Gives it to Fuse. Fuse, can he give it back? He does. Sharks win set 1. 7-1.
My instinct says that Fuse is Barry. My instinct says that Fuse is
Matt's not. Look.
What?
It's not.
What?
Fuse isn't Sin. See?
What does that show?
It says he's playing custom minigames on his account. On his Discord.
Could it be Sin in the game?
It's not Sin. Jake said, let's see if you guys can win. I said, I don't really care. '07 versus Denji. Denji holding on '07. '07 looks like he has timing. Kills Denji, but Jordan sacrifices. Bob dies there. '07 holding on Kibo. Kibo unable to give it back to '07. 07 now going for Entro. Entro looks like he has timing. 07 grabs it, fails to give it back. He dies. Bearer versus Entro now. Killer versus Denji. Killer holding on Denji, gives it back. Denji dies. Entro versus Fuse. Fuse looks like he has timing, but unable to give it back. Killer in a 2v1 now. Killer grabbing on Evan, giving it back to Evan. Evan dies. Entro versus Killer now in a 1v1. Entro overholding way too much. Killer runs. Point 1 goes to Sharks. Reset the score. Set 2. Bob going for Kibo. Bob gives it to Kibo. Kibo able to give it back. Bob dies. Entro versus Barra now. Kibo sacrifices for Entro. Fuse. Nick sacrifices for Entro. Jordan sacrifices for Entro. Nick killing Fuse from a chain play. 07 versus Evan. Evan holding on 07. 07 dies. 3v2 now. Entro going for Barra. Barra looked like he was going to switch up there. Entro looking like he has timing. Unable to give it back though. 2v2 now. Killer versus Denji. Denji grabbing on Killer. Able to give it back. Killer dies. Barra versus Evan. Barra in a 1v2. Barra grabbing on Evan. Evan unable to give it back. Barra versus Denji now in a 1v1. Barra's gonna grab that. Unable to give it back though.
Denji's literally playing like me.
Shut up. We don't care. We don't care if he's a fucking Greg fucking whatever. We don't give a shit. Entro versus Killer now. Killer able to give it back to Entro. Evan kills Killer. Evan versus 07. 07 ankles Evan. 07 going for Jordan now. Jordan unable to give it back to 07. Bob going for Denji. 07 messes it up. Bob holding on Denji. Denji able to give it back. Bear versus Denji. Barrow holding. Barrow dies though. Fuse versus Denji now. Denji holding. Gives it to Fuse. Hawks win point 3. Evan fails to give it to 07. Denji going for Fuse. Denji dies from that though, from Nick being AFK. Vera dies to Evan. Look at the set W's. That's what the set wins are. Jake's killing an AFK. Bob kills Evan. Why did Killer leave? I don't know why Killer left.
Killer left?
Yeah. Jordan dies. Denji in a 1v4 now. Nah, it's EU. Denji fails to give it back. Vera holding, going for the AFK. Dies from it. He didn't even kill him. Denji killing his own teammate. AFK. Bob versus Evan. Bob kills Evan. He left. Killer and Kibo left.
Get out the way, guys. Get out.
Bob kills Jordan.
Oh, give me. That's what I like.
Holds on Denji. Denji, unable to track it back.
See, Jakes, let me fucking ask you.
Point 4 goes to Sharks.
He was in the lobby.
He is? Oh, he is.
Agreed. Is agreed with Watson. Dude, I need my limited to sell.
Paradise. Jake's dies. They're dying to AFK. Nick, they're dying to AFK intro cynical, bro. Evan holding on Fuse. Fuse unable to give it back. Evan kills Fuse. Denji going for 07 now. They're hovering around intro for the sacrifice though. Denji getting the sacrifice on intro. Bob and 07 in a 2v4. Bob holding on Denji. Denji gives it back. Evan sacrifices. 3v2 now. Jordan versus 07. 07 gets stuck on the wall. Fails to give it to Denji. Switch up. Bob in a 1v3 now. Bob holding on Kibo. Kibo has timing. Gives it back to Bob. Bob dies. 3-4. Jake just said if y'all sit me out, y'all are gonna lose the first set. Jake kills the AFK.
Ain't you? I don't give a fuck.
Jake has 4 kills and 3 of them are
I'm
intro, the
always
AFK.
getting it. Always getting it.
Jordan dies to Bara. Kibo versus Bara now. Bara ankles Kibo. Bob kills Evan. Bob versus Denji. Denji dies to Bob. 5-3.
Shark sees who wants to get to the finals.
Jake's killing the AFK again.
Why are you killing Dave Kid, bro? No,
Barra gives it to Kibo, but Jordan sacrifices. 07 going for Evan. Kibo interfering with Fuse. Fuse dies from that. Jakes dies to Barra, his own teammate. Kibo versus Barra. Barra holding on Kibo. Barra gives it back. Evan sacrifices though. Kibo versus 07. Kibo gives it to Barra. 07 changes it though. Back to Kibo. Kibo dies. Denji in a 1v3. Denji dies. 6-3.
1 point away from the finals. One point away from the finals, man.
Jake's going again for the AFK. Jake's holding on the AFK. Gives it to Bob. Bob dies.
Jake's, bro, like, you have an oblong head.
Jake's is just getting kills on the AFK. Most of his kills have been on the AFK. Barra gives it back to Denji. Denji dies. Fuse versus Kibo. Fuse grabs on Kibo. Fuse unable to give it back. Jake's versus Evan now. 3v3. Jake switching up to Jordan, going for the worst players on the team, and dies to Jordan. 07 versus Kibo. Kibo. Jordan sacrifices for Kibo. Kibo versus 07 now. 07 gives it back to Kibo. Kibo dies. Evan in a 1v3 or 1v2. He needs to win this to stay in the game, or Sharks win. Barra dies. 07 versus Evan now. 07 running a marathon. Evan dies. That's game. Sharks are the finals. Sharks to the finals.